As educators, we know that kids learn at different paces, but we don't typically address that in our classrooms. So we laid out a series of packets that are the trail through our curriculum, and students can go on that path as fast or as slow as they need. I use this technique in computer science, but I think it's applicable for all subjects. I come up with what I want the students to achieve, and I give them lots of different options to show their success. So if you offer people 7 things, one example where it's sports and one example where it's kind of like an English thing, one that's just pop culture, one that's just silly, one that's nerdy. And so you save a lot of emotional energy trying to push kids down a path that you think is interesting. They get to choose the path that's most interesting to them. They have a menu of 8 or 9 problems, and they can choose the ones to get them to the needed level of points. So students can select, hey, this one's worth 50 points and tackle a bigger problem, or they can do a whole bunch of smaller 20-point problems, and it kind of allows students that really understand the material and want to try something that's difficult and be rewarded for it, where kids that need smaller examples can still get a good grade and still have a positive experience in the class. I use Schoology, which is a free learning management tool where students can upload their assignments regardless of what packet they're on. I log in and it tells me which students have submitted what, and I can give them feedback, and I can ask for resubmissions, and I can give them grades, and it just keeps it all organized, because having everyone at a different place could get overwhelming, but this just kind of keeps it all in line.
I could pop open a lesson.
The packets are set up so the earlier packets cover the specific content, and then later on it's bringing it all together. I'm okay with them only getting to some of the earlier packets and maybe not getting to the later packets. So what you want is enough packets that the kids that are working through it quite quickly will always have something to do and always have a way to grow. But the kids that are working their way through and maybe don't have all the prior experience can still not get left in the dust. The early packets are all the skill-based ones. Can you make lists? Can you use variables, use functions? And if a student can do those, I want them to do well in my class. The later packets really should only be there to separate a B student from an A student. You have to be deliberate when you set it up and run through the scenarios and say, if a kid gets 4 of the 5 packets, what do I want their grade to be? And you have to work the math to make that a reality.